Welcome back to part 2 of Roleplay Age of Rebellion. The Lambda shuttle is taking some serious damage. There's a squadron of TIE fighters tight on your rear. One of them has gotten blown up thanks to the efforts of your Wookiee companion, but they're all right in engage range. Dusk and Umber Squadron right on your tail. We have 3 PC actions to go, so someone needs to take an action here. No one has provided any benefits, so the person going, you're going to operate on just pure skill alone, unless you want to wait and put someone at the end and bump them up. So you need to, as a group, just decide who's going to take this action, and then you have 2 more after it.
I can take an action.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Jorik would like to attempt manual repairs.
Okay, you're going to go and try and fix some of the
so
trauma.
He set up
the
the shields, and he kind of like grabs a toolbox from under the desk, and he's like, "I'll be back."
Okay.
And just...
All right. I think that your Zabrak friend stands up and says, she says to the cockpit, she's like, "You all look like you have this under control. I'm gonna go with him." And she walks off back behind you. And when you get into the back of the ship, yeah, there's like obvious damage. One of the panels is open. There's wires and stuff hanging all over the floor, and there's like fire. Like a big chunk of the paneling is on fire. So you want to run over and try to repair it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, all right. So manual repairs are the damage control action. With I'll let you do it with athletics. That's fine. So you're gonna roll your athletics, and in the dice column, the difficulty is going to be 3p. So it's quite a difficult action.
So I put 3p in the dice bit.
Yeah, put the 3p in the dice thing before you roll it.
3p. Okay.
Yeah. Because that gives you three purple dice. Oh, didn't roll them for you. Okay, well I'll roll them.
Was it 3 space p?
No, just 3 and then a p. But I can just roll those.
I think it's because I didn't press enter. So.
Yeah, maybe that's okay. I can just roll them straight off your sheet. There we go. Okay. All right. So you get 1 success and everything else cancels out. Perfect. Okay. So with 1 success on the manual repair, you can. Let's see, remove 1 point of hull trauma and 1 additional for each 2 successes. Okay, so you can repair one point of trauma to the ship. You managed to like put out the fire and repair a little bit of the damage. So the hull trauma goes down to 14. Good work.
I look towards the prisoner and I'm like, honestly, this is actually going quite smoothly as I'm putting out the fire.
Yeah, she nods up and she says, "Oh, I'm sure. I feel very safe." You're all doing a great job. Best rescue I've ever had. Okay, so next, do we want our droid to go, or do we want to try to pilot out of here?
Might I offer a suggestion, Captain?
Yeah. What's your suggestion? What?
Perhaps I can splice into the computer systems of the TIE fighters.
Wait, can you do that?
Can I do that?
You sure can.
I can do that.
Why didn't you say so before?
I did not think it was necessary. I assumed the situation was under control.
Well, it was until, short shit over here.
Don't
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. You know what? Just go ahead and do that. That was rude, okay? Short shit, that was rude.
I will do that, Captain.
Okay, so you're gonna make a computers roll, and you're gonna add it's gonna be difficulty 3, so 3p in the dice column next to computers. Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
I have rolled.
Ooh, all right. So you got one failure, but two advantage. The advantage, you can buy a success or buy a penalty for the next action. Do you want to penalize the TIE fighters, or do you want to give an advantage die to your pilot?
I want to penalize the TIE fighters. That was the point, right? Just to slow them down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you had succeeded, because you failed, you didn't get the actual result on slicing their computer systems, you could shut down like an entire squadron's weapons for a turn, but you can impede them with what you got. So I'll add a black die the next time they try to attack. So you start to like slice their computers, and again the Helix computer system is like, "This is an unauthorized use of Imperial computer technology. What are you doing? Let me see your credentials." And yeah, it grudgingly, like, it doesn't have any ability to stop you from doing what you're doing, but it definitely is like, wait a second, this isn't right. I think I've been stolen. And it's figuring out what's going on. But yeah, the TIE fighters, the squadrons will both have an extra black die, as their systems are scrambled but not damaged, really. Now, it's your turn to try to escape, if you like.
Okay, yeah, I think we should keep trying to escape.
Okay.
Pilot?
So you're gonna make a pilot test. Difficulty 1P. Now, before you do this, do you want to spend one of your destiny points to upgrade the roll?
Okay, wait, why is it 1P on planetary? Are we on a planet now?
No. Yeah, it should be 1P on. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So you don't need to upgrade it. You're good to go. You have a full complement there. So
Okay.
go ahead and make that roll. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, okay, so I have a question. So when you have success, but then you have advantage, is advantage also a success?
So advantage allows you to do additional stuff that isn't related directly to what you were trying to do. So success is, in this case, like punching it and like getting away as fast as you can. But advantage might mean, in this case, you can put another black die on the TIE fighters that are chasing you. So you're doing evasive maneuvers and giving them a penalty.
Okay.
So let me just make sure I let you do the right things here. Yeah. So here we go. So you can spend one advantage to help an ally. You can spend 2 advantage to perform an immediate free maneuver, which actually would probably help in this case because it gets you a little further away from them. And then the more you have, the better your result is. So do you want to stay more or less where you are, but give a bonus to a gunnery check? Do you want to penalize the ships that are shooting at you, or do you want to just focus directly on escaping?
I'd say focus directly on escaping.
Okay, so keep in mind though that the Lambda shuttle is by nature slower than. So maybe this is something that you realize. Like just straight up outrunning them is going to be very, very difficult because TIE fighters are quite a lot faster than the Lambda shuttle. So it might be better for you to fly evasively but stay in close range so that Shorty can keep shooting at them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then.
Because they're very fragile.
Okay. Then let's just do that.
Yeah. You want to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna fly evasively, and that increases the difficulty for any attacks on you. So, and then you also got advantage. So they're gonna have a really hard time shooting at you when it's their turn. Okay. Cool. So instead of like really like flying away from them hard, you start to juke and dive back and forth, and they're firing at you, but they're having a hard time hitting. Now someone else can go because we're back at the top of the order. So Shorty,
someone's probably gonna have to roll for me again, by the way.
Okay. Shorty, do you wanna try and shoot at them? Basically, Aya is like lining up the shot. We can see maybe over your shoulder in the gunnery monitor, we see the little like TIE fighter kind of moving around, and then it hits the middle and starts to blink. And now you can fire. So
do I need to remove the 2B?
Yes. So in this case, it's just 2P for this shot, 2 purple dice.
Okay.
On gunnery.
There's the roll.
Okay. So those 2Bs actually shouldn't be there because you don't have the. Oh wait, no, because she gave you an advantage for flying basically. Okay. Yeah. So you hit and take a disadvantage. So. You don't have enough to hit with both shots this time, but you do kill another TIE fighter. So Umber Squadron is down to one fighter. So yeah, we get the blinking. You fire. One shot goes live over it. The other one hits right in the cockpit and it blows up. There's only 4 TIE fighter behind you now, and then I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna spend your disadvantage here. Okay, the ship suffers 1 system strain, so I'll cause strain to the ship. Okay, so in the back, Jorik, you're like fixing. You're trying to like reattach one of the components of the weapon systems, and when Shorty hits the button, it short circuits something, and you get a face full of sparks. And it doesn't damage the ship, but it definitely like sets back your repairs a little bit.
Oh man.
you want to give him shit for it, or you just like shake your head? How do you respond? And actually, the prisoner's watching you very carefully to see what you do.
I'm like about to lose my cool. It's like ruined my hair, and and then I kind of like glance right and I see the prisoner, and then I kind of just bottle it up, and then I go back to trying to repair the gun.
Okay. Yeah. She nods, kind of like she's like, huh, interesting. Like she's definitely paying more attention, not to what you're doing, but how you're reacting to these things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the TIE fighter's gonna get to shoot at you, but they're heavily hindered by Aya's brilliant flying. So Squadron 1, which is down to 1 ship.
And by tactical computerizing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So maybe we see this one last pilot in Umber Squadron, and he's trying to get a lock, and the ship keeps like jumping the lock around, and he's just like, ah, and he like punches it and fires. And yeah, totally misses. Just like fires past you. Maybe the ship like flies too close and like bonks off your shield and kind of like spins off to the side. And then the other squadron, the one that's still full, they have the same penalty, but their dice are a little better. They take a shot, and hold on, I gotta reroll that because there's lots of shields. Yeah, same thing. The shields just eat it up. Like they have no luck. Basically, between the concerted effort of everybody working together, these TIE fighters have no chance to harm you this turn. So now, someone who's not Shorty needs to go.
Okay. Can I shoot still?
No, because you went at the beginning. So someone who's not you needs to go.
Oh, someone that's not me. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I think Jorik's just gonna keep repairing.
Yeah, you want to do another repair?
So
action?
I like managed to repair a panel, and then as I do, like one next to that one just flies off, and I just kind of sigh, and then just move across to the next panel.
Yeah, and actually maybe the prisoner points it out where you just like you put one up and you use the tool to put the panel
I'm, like,
back
hands
in.
on my hips. I'm like pretty proud of myself.
And she points over at the other wall. She's like, "You missed one," and there's like another like something hanging out of the ceiling. Yeah, awesome.
I'm like, I knew that.
She's like, yeah, sure you did. Okay, so same roll as before.
Am I at disadvantage?
No, you're just at the roll. So same one, 3P on your mechanics roll there. Or your athletics roll. Yeah, you got it, but no. So because you failed, I think you take 2 system strain. So you like you take 2 strain, you try to like put it back up, but you fail. The thing like falls on you, and you're starting to get stressed out.
I'm getting knocked all over the place because of the maneuvers.
Yeah. So your strain goes up too, and it's just starting to annoy you a little bit. Okay, Zero, do you want to go?
Is it possible to use my negotiation skill to try and convince the computer in the shuttle that it's its own best benefit to try and survive because it doesn't want to get blown up?
Totally. That's a great idea.
Good.
Okay, cool. So you're going to try to convince the computer to help, to join your team, basically.
Yes. Just like, listen here, you. In order to do things, you've got to do things. Oh my goodness, I'm short-circuiting. I can't even think correctly. We're under assault. If you get killed, what happens to me and you? This is a horrible, horrible day. What if you simply decide to help us, and then you live, and the Empire will eventually take you back your shuttle after all. They need you. Oh dear, please help. Oh my.
Awesome. Okay. I would join the rebellion based on that.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck the Empire.
I don't know what the hell I just said, but hopefully words came out.
It's so good. Okay, so I think we'll just call this a two difficulty. What skill did you want to use?
Negotiation.
Yeah, negotiation. Okay, so yeah, just put 2P after negotiation and make that roll. All right. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna take some strain because I think it's stressing you out. It sounds like you're stressed out.
I'm very stressed.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you 3 strain, but you get what you want, and I think that the nav computer is like it's like processing. Yes, the odds of my survival if I resist you are 2,486 to 1. Those are not good odds. And I think then everybody in the ship, like at the console, you see a bunch of other like previously locked subsystems open up, and now you have like better, more fuller control over the shuttle. So it'll the ship will add it as a turn, and it can help you. So let's say once per round, someone can just take a bonus die from the Lambda shuttle's built-in AI, like helping you. Okay, cool. So should we roll for our absent pilot?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Aya's gonna.
Super fuck.
Okay, so we'll have her roll for. We'll keep her doing executing evasive maneuvers to keep the ship flying here. So Aya. All right. Piloting space, here we go. And difficulty of evasive maneuvers is 1. Okay. Cool, okay. So she doesn't perform the evasive maneuvers, but she does have 2 advantage to spend. So we'll give those to the gunner. So Shorty, if you want to try and take out another TIE fighter, you have an additional blue die.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just go and shoot him again. And then what do I put? Is that 1B?
Yep. 2P and 1B.
Okay. Here's the roll.
Nice. 2 successes. Okay, so the ship, again, like in the back, Jorik, the ship is like coming apart. Like bolts are flying out of the panels. You know, it's not going to be able to maintain this like full throttle engagement for very long, but the rest of Umber Squadron gets blown up. So that last ship in Umber blows up. Its panels fly off in all directions, and Dusk Squadron, I think, like peels off. So they hook back and start heading towards the Star Destroyer, and the comms panel on the bridge opens up, and there's a little 1/8 sized hologram of an Imperial officer, and he says he's like I'm not going to waste any more TIE fighters on this engagement. You may have thought you've escaped, but we can track that shuttle. You have nowhere you can run to.
I hit Z3 RO in the leg with my arm and just go and point.
Now, my dear friend, don't worry. Our new navigational unit here will gladly shut off any tracking devices. Isn't that right?
Yeah, and the computer just goes like beep boop beep. And and then you I think that you see maybe Aya sees on the panel the hyperdrive activator starts to blink, and now you can hit hyperspace. So I assume that's probably what she would do. So you hit it, and we get the starfield bends, and you pop out. The Lambda shuttle disappears into hyperspace as the Imperial officer's image disappears, and you're safe. You've escaped from the Star Destroyer for now. But if the officer, if his promises are true, they're going to be tracking you. But you're on your way to Ord Mantell. So in the back, I think that like you finish getting the panel fixed, Jorik, and you all feel the jolt as the ship drops into hyperspace, and your prisoner comes over to you now that you're not busy, and reaches out to like shake your hand.
Yeah, I extend my hand. I shake it back.
Yeah. She shakes your hand, and she says, it's like, I'll be honest. After everything that happened on that Star Destroyer, and then this mess, I thought we were done for. But and she kind of like shrugs. It's like, good work. Now she like looks around. Who are you people?
I kind of just like scratch the back of my head, and I'm like, it's a long story.
So you're in the back, and like I think the others can't hear this conversation. So and she kind of leans in quietly and she says, "That droid, he called you Jedi. What's that about?"
I kind of just lift up my lightsaber and I like swing it in front of her.
Yeah, she scoffs and she's like, if everybody I saw with one of those was a Jedi, well, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in now, would we? Who'd you kill to get that from?
I just laugh heartily out loud, and I'm like, I suppose you have a point. And then I say, you should get some rest. And I kind of just stroll back into the cockpit. I'm like not prepared to divulge any information.
Yeah. No, I think she follows, she follows you into the cockpit, and she says, yeah, good work evading those TIE fighters, but he's not wrong. They're gonna follow us. We've got a head start, but if you can get me to Ord Mantell, I can get us the information that we need. And so I think this would be when we like kind of flash back to the like briefing, beforehand, before you set out on this this foolhardy quest, and you're all sitting around in a room, like underground somewhere in a rebel base, and you're being given your mission by like a commander in the Alliance, and basically she says to you. She says the recapture of this asset is of the utmost importance. She has codes that will give us access to a rumored Imperial weapons facility and she kind of scowls and she says, well, we need those codes. Once you have her, she'll tell you where she needs to go. Listen to what she says. She's a bit unorthodox, but try not to argue too much. And I think she looks at Shorty like, keep it in check, Wookiee. So you've been instructed to take this woman. You don't even know her name, but she's she's a rebel intelligence asset, and you need to take her. You didn't know where it was until just now, so you need to go to the planet of Ord Mantell. Zero, do you want to make a roll to see what you know about Ord Mantell? Maybe you can prepare your friends for the what to expect on arrival.
Of course, Ord Mantell is a wonderful system. Let's what I roll for that?
Let's take a look. So Ord Mantell.
Is that a mid-rim system, or is that a?
Yeah, Ord Mantell is in the mid-rim, I believe.
So is that a core world then? Because all it says here is core worlds and outer rim. So.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say core worlds. You can use that.
Okay.
That skill.
Do I need to add anything to that?
No. So there's no difficulty. Like you don't have to add any difficulty dice or anything. You can just roll it, and the more successes you get, the more you remember or know about Ord Mantell.
Okay, that's easy.
Nice. You get a critical success. You get that triumph. You know everything there is to know about Ord Mantell.
Oh my. Ord Mantell, known as the Bright Jewel System. It has 2 large moons and 13 other satellites orbiting the planet. It is a collection of natural wonders that has made it some sort of tourist attraction, despite its seedier side.
So,
outside the urban sprawl, the narrow equatorial band of starports and volcano islands has made Ord Mantell largely a rural, low-tech planet.
Awesome. So, yeah, Ord Mantell is it's a it's a trash planet basically. Bright Jewel is kind of an ironic, and the funny thing is that you know the sort of tourist guide version of it, but like that Ord Mantell is where you go if you want to scavenge parts for your damaged spaceship, or you want to buy black market ship weapons. It'd be a great place to fix this Lambda shuttle, and also to strip it of any Imperial parts. It's generally considered to be kind of a dangerous place to go. Lots of scum and villainy there, and there's rumors that it's basically it's run by underworld forces. So chances are pretty good you can avoid Imperial entanglement if you get out there, but the rebellion won't have any, like, they don't have a base there or anything. So it's maybe that to you I like triggers something. You're like, wait a second, why are we taking an Imperial or a rebel intelligence officer to Ord Mantell?
Ord Mantell is an Imperial system run by Grand Moff Vanko.
Mm-hmm. Look out for that guy.
Watch out for him. He's bad news. That one.
I've cleaned him out at this point.
So you can, I mean, if you want to, you could ask her about it, or you could just
Wait, so we're
set in.
taking an intelligence officer to basically like the red light district.
Yeah, like an Imperial junk planet. Yep.
Strippin, does that
What's up?
strike anything with you? Does it seem a little fishy?
No, not really.
Yo, Rick, do you know
I'm kind of just like eating bread as this is going on. I'm just like filling my belly, but like
So
taking
you're not
all the
even paying
information.
attention, okay.
I'm taking all the information that the droid is telling me.
Need I remind you, we just escaped from an Imperial Star Destroyer. Now we're headed into an Imperial system. Oh my, oh my.
I mean, as a smuggler, I don't really think twice about it because I've been in sort of these parts, plus a little bit of my history, which I will not reveal yet, may have also been involved in these parts. But maybe I'm definitely gonna act uneasy. Like this doesn't, something about this just isn't right with this person. I don't know. So, I sort of just casually just walk behind and watch while you're stuffing your face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like very shallow emotionally. Like, I probably am concerned, but like, I don't like letting people know. So I'm kind of just callous with it all. I turn to the droid and I'm like, you really need to learn to relax, droid.
That wasn't very nice. He said really mean things about you just now. Like, really? See, he did it again. He just said it again. Listen, you need to calm down. Stop saying that. That's a very bad word. Very inappropriate. Yeah, I would say I have a bad feeling about this.
So, your passenger says, she's like, look, everyone, just stay calm. If you can get me to Ord Mantell, I can talk to my contact there, and we can all go our separate ways, and I'm sure you can get the reward you so gravely deserve for saving me from the Empire. And she's like hunched over the galactic map, kind of like looking at it intently.
So, where are we going?
Ord Mantell, Captain.
No, I got that, but why are we going there? Where are we going, like, specifically? Like, going to a
I
planet?
assume a starport. To land our ship.
Why don't you...
Can you be more obvious? Droid, do you... Okay,
I am just
pinpoint it a little
protocol
more.
droid.
Which one?
Human-cyborg relations.
We just had a briefing.
We just had a briefing. I cannot restate the obvious, Captain.
Sorry, I sort of just zoned out.
It's okay.
I just sort of like...
as a species
Ooh,
are known
I
to be
was just sort of in
single-minded,
space
and-
still, you know?
Yes, no, it's okay. You were disconnected. You had some pocket loss.
Get out of here.
Get out. Okay, well then lead the way. I'll just casually walk behind and...
What
Yeah.
do you mean? You're the pilot.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, yeah, let's go. I mean,
You're-
let's go.
you're
I mean,
flying us there.
obviously, I'm the pilot, obviously.
Oh my, oh dear. Doom, they say.
Well,
I got us out of this mess, kind of.
You're gonna be in hyperspace for a little while before you get to Ord
Okay.
Mantell. So yeah, I mean maybe we do the diagonal wipe to like later because you're all like hanging around. There's a little like cargo area and and you can wait for the ship to basically just take you there. So when you're not all like aggressively like trying to fly the ship to save your lives, what's everybody doing? You have a moment to like calm down. Where is everybody and what are you up to?
I'm still piloting, apparently. I'm just like my feet up, waiting for it to end. And
Yeah.
I got maybe a hidden flask filled with
Yeah.
maybe alcoholic beverages.
Drinking that blue milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just chilling.
Okay. All right. So they're maybe you're in the cockpit and where Shorty and Zero, where are you two?
I guess just in the cockpit as well. Just sitting there,
Okay.
hanging out.
Okay.
I am introducing myself to the Zabrak.
Okay, cool. All right, so she's I think that she's repairing, or she's looking at the repairs that that Jurek did. So she's kind of like looking over them again, and you come up beside her, and she just like shakes her head and she looks at you and she's like, "So what, is he the mechanic on this ship or?"
Oh no, I am Z3RO Human Cyborg Relations. I am pleased and honored to meet you, oh spiky-haired one. It is horn, hairs, whatever. I am malfunctioning apparently. Anyway, I feel like it is my job to welcome you aboard our renegade ship as we take you to Old Hell.
She kind of nods and she says, "Oh, nice to meet you, Goldenrod. This rescue operation your plan?"
Oh no, I was assigned by Mon Mothma to watch over this ragtag band assigned to save you. I'm here to make sure they don't end up dead.
Well, it's good that somebody's here to look out for them because, whew. Well, I'll say this, I've had smoother rescue operations before.
You've been rescued before?
Oh, sure. There was this one time on Nalhutta. You don't want to hear that story. It's not appropriate for a droid.
Oh my, I hope not. I hate Nalhutta with all of its slime and huts. Oh dear. Oh dear.
She leans in and she's like, "So you've met a hut before?"
Met a hut? Oh my, no. I've heard stories. They are worm-like creatures that I would truly never want to meet.
Huh. Well, that's a shame. So, and she like looks around. She's like, what's up with Jorik? He's I mean, the Wookiee's the gunner and the muscle, and the twi'lek, she pilots the ship, but what's that guy's job?
Oh,
Jorik's like chuckling to himself out in the walkway because he heard Goldenrod and he found it hilarious. So he's just like quietly chuckling.
word is that he was a Jedi apprentice at a very young age, but his master was slain, and so he went to go work at a primary school as a teacher. But turns out he would use his force powers to manipulate students' test scores, and then he was hired by the rebellion to help manipulate test scores of pilots so that they could fly, because for whatever reason the rebellion needed pilots. And now he uses his force powers to be a lazy bum.
This piece of cargo just like flies through the air and hits the droid in the back of the head, and it's just like me like force moving it from across the room.
I think she laughs and she's like, "Huh, I don't think I've ever seen a 3PO unit with a comedy subprocessor before. You should take your show on the road."
I installed it myself.
Well, I think it needs a little work. And she like pats you on the shoulder, and and she's like, "I'm gonna go have a friend with your teacher, or I'm gonna go have a talk with your teacher friend. Excuse me." And she turns to she turns to leave and to go and find Jorik.
Comedy.
So where you said you're in the hallway, Jorik?
I'm kind of in the walkway between the cargo hold and the pilot's cockpit.
Sure. Okay. So she comes into the hallway and sees you, and she says, she's like, look, I just wanted to say thank you. I know I can be a little hard to work with, but you did good work back there. These shuttles, they're getting away from a TIE fighter squadron like that. It took guts, so thanks.
Just doing our job. Don't mention it, and don't take any notice of the droid's stories. He is quite the storyteller.
It seems that way. I think she introduces herself. She says, "My name is Barum," and she gives you a little bow. She says, "I've been working with Rebel Intelligence for a year, 2 years now. It's been a busy time for us ever since Yavin."
I kind of like retort the intro, and I'm like, "My name's Jorik Sonlock. I've actually just been assigned to this group as Empire Protection, I guess you could say."
She looks at your like again at like the lightsaber hanging off your belt, and she says, "You shouldn't let anybody you shouldn't let just anybody see you carrying that thing around. I mean, anybody mistakes you for a Jedi, the wrong people, it's not going to intimidate them."
I like notion towards the robe that's hanging up in the walkway, and I'm like, people don't usually see it.
She nods. She says, "I don't know what your deal is, or whether any of this, and kind of just if any of this is real or just for show, but you need to be careful."
I just kind of nod.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I'm like taking her advice to heart, but it's advice I really don't need.
Yeah. So she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go and get some rest before we get to Ord Mantell." And she goes back to find a like just a seat to crash in.
Okay.
Okay. So
as she's walking away, I'm just kind of like, it shouldn't be long now.
Okay. So she she heads back and goes and like finds a place. She just like sits down and like pulls a blanket up over herself and just curls up in one of the seats. So what do any of you want to have like a conversation about Ord Mantell, or is there anything you want to do, or do you want to jump to your arrival?
I think we should jump.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think the last
jump before I get drunk.
The last thing we see then is you, Jorik, saying it shouldn't be long, and then we get the wipe to the star field, and down below it an obviously like polluted planet. It's all gray and brown. The atmosphere is all smoggy, and we see the now quite damaged helix come flying overhead, heading down towards the planet. You dock the ship on a platform out in one of the like sort of junkyards of Ord Mantell, and it's literally just like piles, like mountains of trash, kind of as far as you can see, and then up a ways from the pad there is a like a settlement of like domes and small buildings. And I think that we see you getting your basically getting your equipment together, and she says probably to Aya and Shorty, she's like, "Look, I don't know if you've been to Ord Mantell before, but this place can be kind of rough. You're gonna want to keep your weapons close at hand." And she looks at Shortjit, because what's your weapon, Shorty?
Force pike.
Yeah, so you got a big spiky like electro stick.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Do you have any other weapons on you, or is that just it's just that one? Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think she looks it up and down and kind of like nods sternly at you, like, "Yep, that'll do." And she says, like, I'm gonna go and meet with my contact. She points down the way and she's like, "There's a bar over there. Why don't you wait for me there? I really should do this part alone."
My Wookiee friend would love to join you and protect you from any troubles. Maybe I could
I don't
offer
think that's
a
what he said at
interpreter.
all. I think your translation program's a little off there, droid.
She turns to you, Shorty, and puts her hands up. She says, "Hey, I appreciate it, big guy, but we'll play it subtle. There'll be a chance for you to take care of me later, all right? And she like reaches up and like pets your shoulder. Okay.
Jorik kind of locks eyes, and he's just like, "Be safe."
She nods.
And then
to you.
hood ups.
Okay.
Sort of just lean back on something and just don't say anything. I just watch as she walks away.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So there's like crowds of maybe like a speeder bike goes by, and there's crowds of people of various species kind of like moving through the area. The whole place smells vaguely of like garbage and rust. And yeah, you can see this bar she was pointing at. It's a sort of dome-shaped building with a big purple like neon sign above the door, written in a language probably only Zero can understand.
It says Slim Jim's Bar and Grill. Oh dear.
All right. Do you want to head for the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do we see when we like walk in?
So you walk into the bar. There's a little raised area that you're on, and there's some stairs that lead down into the bar itself. And yeah, as our droid pointed out, we see Slim Jim himself. He's a Duras. He's a chef. And it's kind of like there's a grill out in front of him, and he's got a little like chef's hat on, and he's like cutting up some meat. And I think that when you walk in, he gets some tongs and reaches into a big bubbling like vat and pulls out this like kind of creature. It's like squirming, and he like throws it on the grill and starts chopping it. And when you walk in, you notice there's off to one side there's like a band playing some music that you can hear in the bar, and nobody really notices you when you first come in. But you see an empty table kind of nearby.
I go and sit down.
Okay.
I kind of just
Yeah,
get a whiff.
I follow.
It smells delightful. And then, yeah, I just motioned for the droid to like go in front of me and sit down.
No,
Okay.
I do not need to sit after you, Master Jedi.
I just sit.
you need to like get into his programming and just remove that word from his vocabulary.
Yeah.
Okay. So you you all sit down at this table, and a droid comes by, a little like automated waiter droid comes by and like brings you drinks. And I think can I get a vigilance test from everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I need one from our Jedi, and then we're good to go. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, those 3P you can ignore. You actually got 2 successes, Jorik. So Jorik and Shorty, I think you notice across the bar, there's a man in like armor, and he's got a blaster rifle like on the table. There's him and two other sort of tough looking guys, and one of them is looking at you, and he like points, and you notice that, Shorty. You also see that and I think Jorik, you don't recognize them, but you definitely do, Shorty. One of the 2 men, the one in the armor, he has like a bunch of like Wookiee like pelts hanging from his shoulder, and they all look like armed and kind of tough.
Okay, I point at the group and then look at the droid. And then,
Oh my, that is notorious slaver, Borgoth Slockchuck. What is he doing here?
Well, looks like he's having a drink.
With his other 2 friends, Bounty Hunter, Slopin Boopin, and Wookiee Hunter, Orgoth Muguchu.
Schlopen is my new favorite Star Wars name of all time. Yeah, so they've definitely noticed you, and yeah, and they look like they're either getting ready to get up or whatever. But you notice that staring in your direction.
Can I use a force power?
Yeah, man. What do you want to use?
Can I just misdirect to like reduce my presence?
Yeah. Sure. So let's take a look at how misdirect works.
Can I just dress in black to reduce my presence?
Use the force. I mean, they've definitely noticed you.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, but
Because Jory's basically he's trying to avoid beefing in the bar is what he's trying to do. He already knows they see, but
yeah.
if he's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with misdirect, you can you make a roll. Just roll a force die. So roll one of those white dice. And
Like that? Is that right?
yeah, here your pool still has 3. There you go, I already said. But so here you go. Okay, so this is the way that the force powers work. The force die, that white one, will give you either white or black like circles.
Okay.
If you get white circles, you're using the force, the like light side of the force. If not, if you get black ones, it's the dark side like tempting you. So you can either have the force power not misdirect them; they'll be able to like notice you just like everybody else. Or you can tap into the power of the dark side and like forcibly turn them away from noticing you. But you'll take conflict, so your conflict will go up, and you'll take strain. You'll take a point of strain.
Do we still have the strain from? No, we don't.
Yeah, you still have strain from before, but the ship took some of that strain, so it wasn't all for you.
How much strain do I have? I might have missed it because I disconnected.
I think you're okay. The ship took a bunch, but
okay. Is there a way to repair that? I think I have
Yeah.
mechanics, don't I?
yeah, or you can hire someone, or you can now that the ship is docked, you can do it.
Yeah, I realize they've already seen me, and
Yeah,
this probably isn't gonna work. So I just kind of like don't do it.
Yeah, you could you feel the like weakness of their mind, and you could just be like, just turn them away because they've seen you already. But you could be like, no, you never saw me, and like it would be damaging to their like ability to perceive you. But yeah, you calm yourself and like let that temptation
Yeah,
fade.
I just like go back to sipping my cup.
Yeah, and I think they get up and start walking over towards you.
I take another big long drink and then I set the cup down on the table.
Okay. All
Got
right.
a nice buzz going on.
Okay. So so they walk over, and the slaver Borgoth Slokchak, he walks up, and he's holding his blast rifle, but he's not pointing it at you. And he walks up to the table and looks at the 3 of you, and he says, or he looks up at the 4 of you, and he says, "You come here on that Lambda shuttle I saw land." And he like gestures over his shoulder. And you can't tell if it's a statement or a question. What do you say?
Oh,
What?
great and mighty slavers, might I offer you drinks?
So I think he pushes you, like he pushes you aside. He's like, "Shut up, droid."
yeah.
And he looks at you, Aya, and he says, "I asked you a question.
And I asked you what? What did you say?
That ship, the Lambda shuttle, is it
Yeah.
yours?"
Yes, of course it's mine. Not the
Where did
Wookiees.
Mm.
Hush. Hush.
He says, "Where'd you get it from?"
Your mom. Where do you think? I got it from a shipyard. None of your business, man.
So when you say your mom, I think yeah, like Schlopen like steps up beside him, and he says we should just blast them, boss. Come on. And Slokchak like puts his hand up, and he's like, no, shut up, I'm talking. And he says to sister, he says, maybe you don't know this, but there's a bounty out on that ship. I hear it's stolen. Maybe
Not
you give
stolen.
me, maybe
You
you
have
give
the wrong
me
ship.
3,000 credits. I look the other way.
Maybe, or here, how about this? Maybe you have the wrong ship and you just want to start some trouble, or maybe that.
He says, "How about this? How about you pay me, or we kill all of you and take the ship and your droid." And then the like Wookiee hunter, the guy with the scalps, you notice him like looking at Shorty like hungrily.
I'm not designed for manual
Jorik
labor.
like
Oh,
puts
no.
his cup down and he stands up, so he's like face to
I
face
look
with
at
them.
Yeah, I look at Jorik, then I look at Shorty, and then I put my hand like sort of on my blaster.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I look him dead in the eyes and I say, "Well, you could not take the credits and keep your hand."
Okay, you wanna try and intimidate him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
As
definitely.
I'm saying it, I like pull back my cloak and like reveal the lightsaber just to them.
Okay. All right. So, in that case, it sounds like Aya is helping you. She's also like, I got a gun. We could do this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's roll. You can roll your intimidation. Let me just take a look at the skill list.
Are we
here.
both rolling or just him?
No. We'll get. I mean, either one of you can roll, and the other one can help. You want to have whoever has the highest. I guess persuade.
Where is
coercion.
that?
It's coercion.
Coercion. Okay.
Yeah. So whoever has the highest coercion will want to roll.
Mine's two thingies, two triangles.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
two
Yeah, I
as
think
well.
you're both the same. Okay.
You go ahead. You said it. Have fun.
Okay.
Right behind you.
So roll your. You're gonna roll your coercion, but in the dice section,
Yeah.
put 1B and then a space and then 2P. So you get the B from.
Okay.
Now, before you go, do you want to spend? You have two light side points. You have 2 destiny points. You can upgrade if you want to, which will give you yellow dice as if you have the skill.
What's a destiny point?
So destiny points are. Remember when we rolled at the beginning and everybody got either a dark side, like a black dot.
Oh
or
yeah.
Those are. So we have two of each. I have 2 that I can spend anytime I want to do upgrades, and you can spend 2. But if you spend one, it gives me another one, so we kind of have this balance back and forth. I haven't used any of mine yet, but you haven't used yours either. So
Yeah, I'll use one.
okay, so you're gonna use a destiny point. Okay, so on the here, I'll just bump your upgrade in, and you can go ahead and roll. Okay, looks like you rolled before I got a chance. Okay, here we'll roll. We'll treat this yellow as one of the dice instead.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so you got one advantage and 2 successes. So you can spend your advantage to recover. You have some strain, right?
No. Oh, 0.
No, you're okay. Okay, cool. So you can spend it then if there's nothing else to do, you can spend it to notice a single important point in the ongoing like situation. So I'll just give you some kind of narrative bonus. But you did succeed, so your successes. So he, I think he backs down when he sees the lightsaber, and he like looks at you and looks at the saber, and Strippin is like, "Is that thing for real?" And Slockchuck just puts his hand up, and he's like, "It doesn't matter. We don't need trouble here." He looks around, looks at you. It's like, "But this isn't over, Jedi," and he kind of like sneers it at you, and the 3 of them turn, and before the like Wookiee hunter goes, he like looks at you, Shorty, and he like moves his cloak aside, and you can see he's got these 3 like long knives, like skinning knives on his belt, and he kind of gives you a sneer, like, "I'm gonna come back for your pelt later."
I don't think I have the strain from the ship anymore, do I? It's like gone from my sheet. I had it earlier.
The ship has some strain. You should have.
So I should have 2 then.
You have 2, yeah. So
Yeah.
you can choose. Do you want me to give you some additional information, or do you want to reduce your strain by 1?
We'll reduce the strain by 1.
I want to shoot them.
Yeah, you wait till they turn their back. You want to shoot one?
Yeah, thanks, Jet.
Okay, all right.
I sort of I still have my hand on my blaster. I start to pull it out, and then I look at Shorty.
Mm-hmm.
I put my hand up and.
Is that a no? No. Okay.
That is a
Okay,
no.
fine. Well, as I walk away, I just sort of like mutter, "Tell your mom I said hi." And I pick up my glass. I start to drink again.
She said, tell your mother. She says hello.
Dang it, droid! It was supposed to be. Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Jorg just sits back down and picks his cup back up.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So they narrowly avoid getting randied, and they leave the bar. Yeah, maybe we can take our second break here as we just sort of like fade out on you all like hanging out in the bar.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let's take a break here. I'll get the mic so you guys can actually hear me, and we'll be right back as we go into hour 3. Don't forget, this is the first day. Tomorrow we're also going to be playing for 4 hours as well, so there's still 6 hours left of this monstrosity.
Was that last bit? I couldn't hear you. You weren't speaking Wookiee.
You're right. We'll be right back.